Everybody, today is February 6th, 10:52 a.m. over on the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time, taking a look this Sunday morning. Hope everyone is having a great weekend at Tesla, the NASDAQ. Check out some market sentiment and kind of give you a little bit of an update, kind of what I'm looking for in the upcoming week. And we will start this one off. We'll take a look over at the market sentiment. We will look right now at the CNN Fear and Greed Index sitting at 35. We are sitting in a little bit of fear. Really not too much, but for what it's worth, figured I would show you guys. Like I said, during major market bottoms, we usually get down into the single digits. So we really aren't that leaned over in the fear, but for what it is, just keeping an eye on it. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Let's see where the NASDAQ composite closed on Friday. Up 219 points at 14,098.01. Definitely a nice up day on Friday. Mentioned in prior videos that Fridays are typically bullish days. What I mean by that is they are typically up days for the markets. And this following Friday was a little bit of a confirmation of that. So up 1.58% on Friday. Nice close. Let's see what Monday brings, or I should say the Sunday night futures tonight. Open at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Taking a look at Tesla, also on Google Finance. Tesla was up $32 on Friday, 3.6%, closing at $923.32. Really nice day. It is nice to see some green in Tesla. Just a little bit of a bonus here. I don't read news much. It's not my thing. I look at the charts, but I just happened to glance down here and I saw this on the Google Finance. Tesla revenue to grow larger than GM and Ford combined within the next 5 years, says top analyst. For what it's worth, it's a good headline. We'll see. Ford and GM are pretty big, but we will see what happens here with Tesla. I can tell you one thing, I wouldn't bet against it. All right, let's go check out the Tesla chart, daily chart over on tradingview.com. Let me get a pointer here. Right here, which was February 4th, Friday, up $32.18, 3.61%, closing the day at $923.32. So what am I looking for this week? Well, I have mentioned in prior videos, and so far it is still unfilled, is the price gap between January 31st and January 28th. It's a small gap, but it is a price gap, and it really isn't that far away from where we're trading at now. So that's something to keep in the back of your mind. If we start to trade lower in Tesla, you could look for the price to get down into this area, the 950 to 960, give or take a couple dollars, to fill that price gap there. We did find support at the 200-day on January 28th. We traded well below the 200-day all the way down to 792. And then we finished the day up at 846. That was a very, very nice support area. Hedge funds, big-time traders, money managers, you name it, an area that they will step into stocks that they want to accumulate is the 200-day moving average that has been known for a very long time. So they will push prices down or step into stocks when the price gets down to that 200-day, and they will accumulate lots and lots of inventory, lots of shares at that area. So that is a good sight to see for Tesla finding support at the 200-day. And a lot of these long-term growth stocks that trend for many, many, many years will find support at that 200-day. It is a very long average. So that's good. So we covered the gap. We have the price gap. Let me highlight that for you once again. We have the price gap right here in between the 31st and the 28th of January. That is on the downside. Another thing on the downside for a positive is what I just mentioned, finding support. And if that was support and this gap is not going to get filled, at least in the near term, we should head higher. We will probably bump our heads a bit on the 21-day moving average in blue and the 50-day moving average in green. That is two areas to the upside. Another area to the upside to pay attention to is the high of January 26th, and that is 987 and 69 cents. If we print a high above that, that will be a higher high. That will be a beautiful sight to see. That's what we're looking for sooner than later on the upside. Let's say that does take place. If we don't continue higher from there, perhaps we pull back or trade sideways, we will want to see a higher low. So you could kind of look at two areas. You could look for an area, a low printed higher than the February 4th, February 3rd area, or a more important area that I would look for a higher low would be a low higher than the Jan 28th, and that was $7.92.01. So typical in uptrending markets, higher highs and higher lows. Could look something like this. Let me get a tool. So we'll go up, higher high, we'll trend down, put in a higher low, and then we'll really get cooking here to the upside and print some more higher highs. We are still looking for Tesla to get up in the, let me get a tool here. We are still looking for Tesla to get up in this range before we start to look to accumulate a long position. That is obviously just our opinion, not financial advice. Definitely not telling you to go out, buy, or sell this stock. Just giving you a little bit of an insight on where I'm looking for the price to get, at least for the short term. This will obviously change the longer time goes on. But for the short term, if the price can get up in that area and hold, we will be looking to establish some Tesla shares up in there. That is kind of what we're looking for the coming week. So we have the lower price gap right here. That's on the downside. Assuming we don't go down and we go up, looking for a print above the January 6th high of 987.69, excuse me. That will give us a little bit more conviction that the uptrend is beginning. And then obviously above that, into that area up in here, that 1100 area, give or take, is where we will really get comfortable with establishing a long position for Tesla. That is just some of our thoughts here. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are here. I personally believe that this whole area here is just a pause in what will be to come a much, much higher Tesla stock price. So this is just a pause, a basing structure, an area of accumulation before the trend starts to get going again. Obviously, it depends on the overall general market. If the market rolls over and we start into a long-term downtrend, I don't think many stocks will be able to buck that and really trend higher, especially something like Tesla, or if the NASDAQ rolls over. Maybe for a little bit you can buck the trend, but if once those major indices and the bigger stocks start to trend lower, there is not much that is going to be able to counter trend. But that is just pure speculation. Right now, there is no reason to believe that there is not anything but higher prices coming. Something interesting too, which I've showed this on prior videos, going to take the swing high here from November 4th down to the swing low there. And that was January 28th, give or take. This is the Fibonacci's, lay the Fibonacci's on the chart, and this will give us some interesting price targets to the upside. And let me just zoom down here and get these full fibs on the screen. And if you look at the chart this way, you can see that this doesn't look like anything more than just an area, a pausing area in a much higher, longer term price to come for Tesla. Great area to accumulate stock if you are a long-term believer in Tesla, or consider yourself some kind of a long-term holder, investor, name it what you will. But you can see that the upper fib levels give us a $1,500, a $1,900, a $2,400, and a $2,700 Tesla price, going off of the swing high and the swing low from November 4th to January 28th. Very interesting. If you take a step back and look at the stock like this, using the Fibonacci's, it'll give you that confidence that perhaps you need when the price is very volatile and whipsawing traders out in this time frame here. You take a step back, zoom out, lay some fib numbers on the chart, you can perhaps sleep a little better at night and breathe a little better, knowing that, assuming the overall market continues its uptrend and its super cycle, that you can expect to see Tesla prices up into this mid to $2,000 range. Very interesting. And like I said, we are looking for that $1,100 give or take Tesla area to hold before we establish a nice long position. And you might say, well, why not buy it where it's at now at 923? Well, our models tell us what to do and we follow them. So whether you get in at where it's trading at now at 923, or you get up into the $1,000 range or higher, a little bit lower, that will all be history when the price is trading up in the $1,500 to $1,900 to $2,400 Tesla. So you will have doubled, if not much more, your position. So that is kind of our thoughts here. And we will see what happens tonight. Like I said, the futures markets on the East Coast open at 6 p.m. tonight, Sunday night, and we will be watching the futures. Friday was a nice big up day, but having a little bit of patience here with Tesla, waiting for that chart to tell us it's time to get in, and then from there, we just hold the position patiently and let it do what it does. So, all right, everybody, have a great rest of your weekend. Drop some comments, drop some likes. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts on Tesla. How long have you been either holding Tesla or trading Tesla? What's your favorite way to trade? Do you just trade the stock like we do? Do you trade options on it? What's your favorite options strategy if that's the way you do? And we will see you guys in the next video. I appreciate all of you taking time out of your day to watch this video. Be careful out there. Markets are a bit volatile right now, especially in a big product like Tesla. All right, take care.